Today is all about seeing what each and every one of us can do to help refugees. I'm Lisbeth Tenham, I'm active in Amnesty International.
Well, this is the Amnesty 360 project, and what Amnesty's done is to ask activists on the ground in Syria if they can take photographs. So they've taken 360 photographs so that you can get a 3D idea of what's happening all round.
I came to Britain and I lived here as a student with my husband for 8 years until 79, when the Iranian Revolution broke out. And then after the revolution, we returned to Iran. It was me and my family, my children.
This is a table from UNHCR showing you the difference and the quantity of forced displaced people from particular countries. The top 10 areas of forced, or countries of forced displacement. You can see Syria at the top. You can also see from the blue band that in the course of the year, still growing at a fast rate, the number of people forced across borders.
I'm Steve Simmons. I'm based at Amnesty International's UK section, and there I'm responsible for our programme in the UK on refugee and migrant rights. Well, at the moment, refugee rights is our large focus, and we are working with colleagues both in the UK but actually globally, because the refugee crisis is a global issue, an escalating issue, and Amnesty at this time has come together across the world to bring more effective campaigning and pressure on governments for an effective response to people fleeing conflict and persecution.
For me, detention means behind a razor wire and you can't get out.
Yeah. And that's one of the important things, thank you, about detention is even if people know vaguely that people are kind of held somewhere, they might get the idea, it's just in like a hostel. It's not. This is being locked up in a cell, deprived of your rights, deprived of freedom of movement within the centre.
So we'd like to try a couple of activities with you to show you the kind of thing that is very, very easy to do with a group of kids, whether they're primary or secondary.
Why are they leaving? Why are they leaving?
Why would you stay?
Why would you stay?
But remember, if you're doing this, say, with 12 or 13-year-olds, it seems very open. It's not always quite, you're trying to just make them really think about it.
Add your voice, make a worldwide welcome. I like that, me personally.
Yeah.
And it's got a good scansion. So can we put a little tick next to that? Let them know refugees are welcome.
We've already got welcome in the first one.
We've already got welcome in the first one, okay. Reunite children with their families.
If it's a child who's banging on the door to be let out of the lorry, the police will be called. The police will come along, they'll see that it's a child, they'll refer them to the local authority in that area. So if it's a service station in Cambridgeshire, that child becomes the responsibility of Cambridge Social Services. And that's the same throughout the whole of the country. Cambridgeshire foster carers who are currently looking after unaccompanied children, and all those people who've written to us saying, I'm interested in fostering, I need to know more. And we've got them all together, and it's been a really good opportunity for to have a good discussion about what it's involved. It's a big commitment.
That's the scheme where the UK asks, or the national government asks local councils to volunteer to take some of the resettled refugees, provide them with housing, provide them with support with English language. There's also been private sponsorship schemes in Germany. 5,500 refugees have been sent.
For me, it's a really, really big thing. It's about integrity and permission. For example, the Afghan girl didn't give permission. The Nepal girl, although didn't give her permission at the time, has a relationship with the photographer. So Rafat has given me permission to tell his story.
And God bless the child, he'll have it all. She'll have it all. Thank you.
My name is Sid Bolton. I'm, I suppose one calls it a refugee rights lawyer. I'm a solicitor in the UK, but I've been in Lesbos on the Greek Aegean island since, I suppose, summer of 2015, coming and going and helping refugees, voluntary organisations and lawyers there to respond to some of the situations that refugees and migrants have found themselves in. People have very, very limited access to lawyers, they have very limited access to materials and IT equipment to prepare their cases, and legal aid is only available after refusal and at appeal level. So there's a real problem with access to justice, not just to challenge the detention conditions, but to really challenge some of the prejudices that are inbuilt into the EU-Turkey agreement.
And where do they go? They go somewhere like this. Any bit of rough ground they can find. No water, no sanitation, nothing that we were able to provide for them in the camps.
So our next speaker, Saskia, is going to tell us a lot more about the civil society response to those people arriving there.
Thank you. So I'm here to represent the volunteer campaign Save Me Minds, and I want to explain a little bit what we are doing in this city in Germany with about 210,000 inhabitants. And I would like to start by saying thank you for having me. I'm really glad that we are gathered here and that so many people are interested in hearing about and working with the refugee issue. And we've been listening to the other people on the panel, and we hear these heartbreaking stories. We hear how horrific it is to be a refugee in the world today. And still, I sometimes find myself in a situation where I have to explain to people that refugees are human beings.
We have to ensure that our voice is heard. And with that, I think that probably takes us to the action that we're all going to take to make sure that our voice is heard today.
It helps to look really confident. So, we can turn next to you. Actually, turn to the person next to you because you won't have to, but just check out their name.
One voice, one way of meeting. We are one way, one voice, one heart beating. We are one way, one voice, one way.
Joan Byers said, activism is the antidote to despair. You know, nobody needs to have any help to despair about the refugee crisis, because what's going on is absolutely devastating, and what we need is to do something about it, and today is about finding out what we can do most effectively and efficiently.
I obviously would like to thank Amnesty International for hosting this event today. It's extremely well attended all day, and the contributions that people have made are really important, whether that was in the workshops or in the plenary sessions. And I hope that that stimulates and galvanises people. We're in very testing times politically at the moment, but at least to see that there is a community that will vigorously defend the rights of migrants and refugees.